The British Raj bids you a heartfelt welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Together for Victory, where we are experiencing what will in the future in India be called the Screaming 30s, since they're just screaming past us year after year, since British Raj doesn't start with a lot to do in the beginning, so we just kind of have to get through the years. And right now we have a modified government opportunity here, and we already have two of our main guys, the political advisors, so maybe adding a theorist could be a decent thing to do. We don't need a tank designer right now, but industrial concern could be a thing. Industrial research time could be useful. I think we're going to add the industrial company, which is a very, creative way of calling the industrial company. As you all know, we have still only our starting out armies. We might as well put them in the same army and add a commander. Let's see what commanders we start with. We start with Noel Beresford Pierce, Frank Messervy, and Douglas Gracie. Very Indian names, all of them. Since we are a colony still, we don't really have much else that we can do. We could recruit a new commander and see what we get. We might as well give it a shot. And we also got Jeffrey Fessiger over here. And since we have one panzer leader, one hill fighter, and one desert fox, I don't think we are in a desert at the moment. Wait, are we? Are there any deserts? I don't even know. Perhaps we should take a look. Is there any train? Where's the train? God, let's just scroll in. Is this desert? This is actually a desert. We have a desert here and we have a desert here. We don't have much desert in the eastern part though. Apart from small areas over here where we also have a desert. I guess over here there could be desert. Mostly mountains though, so having mountainous units will be really good to have. Also, we need the new national focus. We need to get to the clamp down on. It's more autonomous than colony. Well, that sucks. So how long until we get more? We need to have more women. How will we get more women? Well, at least we are prepared for taking that whenever we can. Concentrated industry, I say hell yes for that. Let's go for more of that. I just want to get more women so I can get to Dominion status. We're still only a colony. I think that's the lowest you can be. Let's see if our friends over here in Australia is anything more. They are a Dominion. Yes, they are a Dominion. And New Zealand is a Dominion. Alright. And Canada is obviously a Dominion. How about South Africa? South Africa is a Dominion, so we're the only one that's a colony of the United Kingdom. That sucks. I want to be more than that. As other nations are subject states, Dominion, colony. And we also have British Malaya as integrated puppet. Really? Integrated puppet? That's pretty cool. British Malaya. They're actually their own nation, yet so integrated that they are looking like, well, they're not. So that's cool. I didn't know. They probably added that in this patch and update. So I like that. I like that. Since we're going to have a bunch of mountains, I think getting for more mountain infantry, we also get, is it Gurkha? I think it's Gurkha. Or some other unit. Gurkha. Wait. Was it the Chindits? No, there was someone. There's some of these that were really good. Was it the Gurkha? I thought I saw something about mountain. I could be wrong though. Definitely could be. This seems to be more along the lines of jungle. Okay, I saw something wrong. I apologize. I apologize for that. But we need to be more than a colony to clamp down on corruption. I like that it's a foot that clamping down on the British flag, because apparently Britain symbolizes corruption. I won't disagree with that. Lessons of the Great War could be useful, and if we go for any of these, do we get any women? The Bangalore Torpedo, no. Chindits, no. Swarai, that adds women. And this also adds women, but we need to have more than 10% of world tension for that. That doesn't help. So how do we get more of the women? We are obviously not getting them through simply waiting. Doesn't seem to be a thing. So I don't know. Is there any political advice we can use to get more autonomy? No, there's not. I doubt there's anything over here that will give us what we need. Ram Singh Thakur, he seems to be a pretty cool guy. Nice division attack, infantry division that is. Both attack and defense on that guy. Probably make use of him going forward. Currently, Raj is colony. Subject manpower requirement, plus 50 to 70%. Integrated princely railways, now we have to make a decision again. Lessons of the Great War seems to be a thing that we can do, and then Indianization of army. So let's go for that. Since we could continue down over here, but this will lead to losing women, and we kind of need to be doing the opposite. And this leads to modernizing the navy, which we don't really need. This, however, leads to Indianization of army, and here we get some pretty cool generals. Here we get more population, and here we get more population that we can recruit. Indian gentleman's officer, which makes it both cheaper and, well, cheaper leaders if we want to recruit some more, and it will also be better. And finally, Indian defense research, which gives us another research slot. That would require us going through all of the modernizing the army. There we go. Oh, here we go. Mountain gun. Oh, it's just artillery. Alright. There's gotta be something else I found. No, apparently not. I have missed it. That's fine. Let's roar through, or scream through, the last years of 1930. We have a modified government again that we can do. A theorist could be useful. Material designer could also be useful. Maybe just go for Ram Singh Thakur so we have him ready. We could also then start going for the communist revolutionary, but we kind of need to wait for communism to be a bit stronger. Perhaps doing that will give us more women. We're rapidly losing women, which I'm not a fan of. Amelia Earhart disappears. See, we are... I think it's the princely states. Do we have anything that removes princely states from the area? No, not really. This one actually gives us less autonomy progress. But we still need to have world tension for all of this. Leadership purges to the Soviet Union. And Japan caused some world tension. Oh yeah, of course, Japan. Japan will give us everything we need. They will go to war against China soon. Oh, and apparently they gave up Marco Polo Bridge and Jinan, as well as Beijing over here. Oh, and they added Manchukuo. Oh, I like that. So many things I discovered now suddenly that the game has added, which makes it a bit better. But I mean, this game has a long way to go to reach to the level of its predecessors. Construction speed, sure enough, fair enough. We also have this 1 or 6 days from now. We will have the interwar artillery, which is fine. And then after that we will have a quarter pounder. Suddenly I became hungry. Could go for some land doctrine. We have grand battle plan. Or we could go for, I don't know, start this one even though it's a bit ahead of territory or time. Wouldn't be wise. Radio, sure. Might as well. And speak through time once more. But I still want to know the best way of getting these women. How will I get women? Oh no. Okay, nice. Now we can go for provincial elections and get that going. Come on, world tension. Maintain yourself. Maintain yourself. We just need a few more days. A few more days. Actually, if you can just hold in 10 more days, that will be amazing. Just brilliant. There we go. Progress done. And conflict in China. Yes, provincial elections. Japan declare war. Okay, now we definitely had more world tension than we could ever use. Hopefully that doesn't affect us for a long time. Could go for military police. Could be useful in the future. Let's just build up our technological base. Should we go for communist revolutionary? Sure, let's go for communist revolutionary. Chance of popular support. Popular support. A movement for the people. The communists are for the people, so we will be for the people. And get more support for them. It will be good. We are already still losing a bunch of women. Effects on autonomy. Overlord lend leasing to subject. Subject lend leasing to overlord. Autonomy effects from master building. What? Master building? Subject contributed war score. Subject exporting to overlord. We're not exporting anything. No one wants our exports except for our steel, which everyone wants. Not our chromium. Oh, we are exporting rubber to the wrong faction though. And no one wants our aluminum. No one wants our oil, mostly because we don't have too much of the oil. Yet anyway. No one wants our tungsten either. It's not our fault. We have resources available, but British are just too stubborn to accept it. Or want it. It seems to me that Japan will have a smashing victory on their hands unless they get caught out here, which they are right here, so these divisions will die. Probably. I'm pretty sure they will die. Well, we'll see if they die. We have another guy already. We're getting all kinds of political power over here. Could change our export focus to free trade if we want to. We don't need to. We could change our full independence. Oh god, we can't change this even. I want to be independent right now. We could go for partial mobilization. There's absolutely nothing that is bad in doing that. So, yeah, sure. Like that should cause some sort of unrest or something if we don't have any reason at all to be at that level. But what do I know? Marxist sympathies in government. Coup can be executed. I will not execute a coup until I'm certain that the communists will win. Which they might, sooner or later. We're already up to 6%. Everyone else is backing down due to, well, us having more support. Now 7% even. Provincial elections will be done there, and now we can go for Svarai. Italy announces claims on Yugoslavian territory. That's fine. And apparently now we got some more women. Provincial elections plus 100 women. I didn't know they did that. And, oh yeah, we also get some women from Svarai, so that's fine. I shouldn't call them that, but I don't know what they're supposed to symbolize. How is that a symbol of autonomy? I don't know. What is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to be? Okay, one second, I will take a close look. You know, from my point of view, still looks like women. Women without eyes or face or whatever, but still women. Maybe. Not certain anymore. Definitely not. Select the technology. Improved machining tools. Good. You can also modify the government again, which is good. I mean, I like that we have so much able to do here. Our air combat training. Mehar Singh, you're hired. Welcome to India. Civilian factories, we can go here in the borderlands, which is fine. We just need a bit more of them overall. We definitely do, and then we can start making some more military factories when we have our industrial base up. Could even transfer them over, convert them to some military factories if need be. The point is that we are not in the biggest need of it. We also don't need much resource gain at this point. We have too many resources and not enough use for them. Could start developing some fighters and airplanes and stuff like that and try to build up an air force eventually. That could be a fun thing to do. Sarai will be done in about 25 days or so. This focus will be cancelled if the requirements are not met. If we became subject of another country, such as ourselves, then that would be cancelled. It looks like Japan is facing tougher resistance than I expected them to. Also, People's Republic of China. Ah, they have joined the Chinese United Front. Of course they are. That just makes sense. Swarai movement makes gains in provincial elections. Freedom is within reach. Anschluss of Austria. Excellent. All India forward bloc. See, this is the thing I would like to have. Quit India. Let's go for quit India first. Yes, we get our more autonomy. Not that we want to quit India, but we want India to quit. Maybe that's what it means. Gandhi's campaign for Indian independence has reached a climax with a call for the British to leave India. It is inconceivable that the Raj can end before the war is over, but the situation on the ground is growing more tense by the day. Oh, so it's the British that should quit India, not India that should... I got it. I understood now. Quit India movement. Blazing through. Military police. Technology is done by the minute, more of it. Now we can go for computing machine and what else? Could go for some naval, but I don't think we actually need it. Perhaps we should go for some grand battle plan now. So we can get up to speed on that one. Ah, Japan is now breaking through. Seems Japan is winning. How much until China gives up? That's a question. And it seems likely that China will give up fairly soon. At least if these losses continue to pile up. Army defense, army reformer, army morale, army drill, army offense. I think army offense will be pretty good. Quit India movement. The future remains uncertain. Reports prepared by Special Branch indicate that many sympathizers are still at large, however, and many in the civil service have expressed fears that more extremist elements of the movement may even resort to violence. Yeah, we might if you don't give up. And now we have ability to pick something here. Oh, continuous focuses. Okay, we don't need that. We need to focus on all India forward block. Right here. Do we ever get to all an Indian Sandhurst? No. No. But we will. Eventually. We got some more women, which is good. But this whole country, minus 126, I don't like that. Luckily, with the all India forward block, and now we should be having autonomy, daily autonomy progress gain +4. So we should be increasing now instead of going backwards. So someone is sabotaging our things. I don't like it. Okay, Hawker Demon. And Grand Battle Plan is done, so we can go for the next one. Just so we can make our armies a little bit better. We also need have more of them. Class conflicts divide British India. Or British Raj. Change in popularity of communism 15%. But we'll lose some national unity. So things are starting to get out of hand here in India. Which is not very good. Not very good at all. All India forward block is done. Seek help from Soviet. Here we go. We are seeking help now from the Soviets. Which should help. Tank designer. Let's see, material designer. Infantry equipment. We still need to research a lot of it. So getting it faster. Plus we're going to have to rely on our infantry quite a bit. So not much we can do other than that. We in total have 15 divisions. Only 15 divisions. How's the recruitment of more? We have the equipment, we just need to have the training. So perhaps we can add some more in the training. Oh, wrong button. Okay, let's add some more. Okay, so we got even more communist support. We have 54% communist support now. We don't have enough women to become a dominion. I don't think we want to have those women. I don't think we need them. We are seeking help from the Soviets, so that should be pretty nice. Oh yeah, we have actually gotten quite a few divisions over here. I don't know if it's that... If we end up in some sort of civil war, I don't think it will be helpful for us to have all these divisions, especially if we don't get them. Hopefully we will. Because you can be certain that the British will try to interfere with any sort of revolution that might happen. The 4th International. How many internationals will there be? Well, it seems like this will be the last one. Maybe. I don't even know if there's been any more internationals since. France and British announce alliance. And we sought help from the Soviets. And here is the interesting part. We could go for the Indian People's Army, but that would cause the revolution to happen. Starts a civil war for freedom. The size depends on party support and autonomy progress. So we might want to go for stuff like an Indian Sandhurst and stuff like that first. The Soviet Union takes up our cause. The fight goes on. The Munich Agreement. Things are just happening all over. It's very exciting. Soviet with... After a build-up of... Oh, that's Manchuria. I thought it was Soviet withdrawal from India already. And I was like, that's a bit fast, you know? That's a bit quick. That's quite a bit quick. Japan is making many gains in China. They're better than I am at this game. Not that it's saying a lot, but they are. Maybe a radio detection, some decryption so we can get some more info of the enemy. That's probably not the best thing to focus on at this point in the game, at least not from our perspective, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? How many divisions do we have now? We have 16. With that, and we have one more close to being deployed, working on basically 2 more. Could go for Spitfire, but that's a bit too early for us. Could also go for improved infantry equipment, which could be very useful. It's already 1938, the end of 1938 at that. We've been through this episode already like 2 years, just blazing through it. Soldiers desert to communist partisans. Change in popularity of communists, plus 15%. Recruited population minus 0.2%. Daily communism support. Communism are getting all kinds of support now, which is both good and bad. Lions of the Great War. 72% communist. I would say that that's quite a bit. That is quite a bit. We are, though, gaining this all the time. Autonomy. Subject exporting to Overlord. That will give us some nice ones as well. Class conflicts. We are losing national unity consistently. Through all those... Oh god, 88%. Holy shit. We almost have complete support from the Indian people. And that's really quick gaining as well. Really bloody quick. I don't know what to do here. Sure. Decisive battle. We're getting almost a bit too much political power for us to handle. Which is fun. I like... What is happening here? 2 divisions. Who are they fighting? No one. No one. They're fighting no one at the moment. But they're moving people all over the place here. Perhaps they're preparing against Italy. Has Italy joined any faction yet? They have not. Maybe they will make their own faction, at least we can hope so. Okay, getting a new piece of equipment here, the Sten Mk2. That will be a useful upgrade for our units. We're already at 1939. It's probably the fastest I've ever sped through time, but what are we going to do apart from speeding through time? Now we will finally start making all of our military factories that we can find. Let's get the Indian army up and running. We still don't have enough manpower to keep up with all of this. Now we should be able to have some more. I think. Wasn't the whole thing that it would give us more manpower? Or wasn't it? Wasn't it 2% or something? Lines of... Oh, only 2% like that? Aww. That's makes absolutely no difference at all. I thought it would be much, much more than that. Only 2%? Really? Really? I don't know. This is very disappointing. Okay, let's go for encryption as well, so no one will know what we do. And head through some more. I want to get the Indian Gurkhas. Okay, the February Revolution. The notion that the communist movement represents the people has certainly gotten wind in its sails in British Raj, where the public support for the Communist Party has increased rapidly in the past months. But those who call for revolution are no longer a disparate collection of guerrillas and disgruntled labor unions. The group behind this call for a revolt is organized enough to form a government if they succeed. Nevertheless, if the revolution started now, it could hardly be executed without launching British Raj into civil war. Should the revolutionaries risk tearing the nation in two to satisfy their impatience, or wait for a better opportunity in the future? You know what would be fun? You know what would be fun? To actually have a civil war. This probably, the inevitable can wait, would probably be the most efficient way of doing it, but also the most efficient way of doing it most of the time, especially in a game like Hearts of Iron 4, where if you are efficient enough, you can take over the world with pretty much any country. But we want to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of, you know, playing around. So we will have a civil war on our hands, and we will start it right now. Oh god, we only got this? We had almost all of the population under our sphere. We had India, Indian People's Republic over here, against India, which is part of the Allies. Are we having to fight all the Allies? I better hope not. As war goes against British Empire. We start with 8. We start with 8 divisions. They start with, I assume, 8 as well. We start with no military factories, so that's just horrible. That's a horrible division of everything. And yeah, I should probably have saved before doing this, but I will save now. I will save this game. Right there and now. And probably have to go back to the autosave and save it again, just in case everything goes to hell here. So, what will happen now is that we will take a cut in this episode, and I do hope that you're still enjoying this playthrough, and if you do so, then once more, leave a like and comment or stuff like that if you would feel so inclined to do. And next episode we will come back and fight the civil war in India between the communist faction and what I guess is the non-aligned faction. And we will crush them, even though we don't have that many men. Do we even have any commanders? Oh, we got these commanders that we had called for before. So they probably have the British commanders left. So hopefully we can win this with the jungle rat, Mr. Kodendera Subaya Timaya. That guy. And also Kodendera Madapa Kalalapa. Is it Kalapa? It's Kalapa. Oh well, that will happen next episode. Once again, as I mentioned just a minute ago, I hope you're still enjoying this. And I'll see you next episode.